Hey ladies and gentlemen, Richard Core Kenobi here, and I'm back again for another Death Battle preview reaction, and today we have Scrooge McDucks. Now, I am looking forward to Scrooge McDuck versus Shovel Knight. I explained that I am leaning and rooting more towards him, but he is not my final official pick yet, because I want to see what they give Shovel Knight, but if this analysis goes the way I think it's going to go for Scrooge McDuck, in not only this preview, but in the final battle, where it's not just the DuckTales Scrooge McDuck, it's a composite of everything Scrooge McDuck, and he's allowed this, and this, and that. They've taken all of his feats that he's done, which they probably will, then Scrooge is going to win. Now, a lot of people, it's funny because this battle is probably going to turn out just like Wolverine versus Raiden, where I said 2 years ago that Raiden was going to win. I stuck by it. I backed up as much as I could, but I didn't go into everything. I rooted for him, even though there were other people who said he was going to win too. But it's mostly funny how most of my subscribers said Wolverine's going to win, dude. Like, there's no chance Raiden has. So I'm just telling you all right now, do not underestimate this duck. Just don't. Now, yeah, Shovel Knight has a lot more versatility. He has a lot more magical experience. Not experience. He has a lot more magical attacks. Yes, all this power-ups. But Scrooge McDuck is over 150 years old. He has dealt with everything that Shovel Knight has dealt with and more. So, and a lot of people are saying that that Shovel Knight could turn Scrooge McDuck's weakness against him. Well, that may be possible, but I don't see that happening, because do remember that, yes, he is obsessed with wealth, and he has a shitload of money, but remember, he also has his family, so he does care about his family sometimes more than money if the situation calls for it and if he's able to use willpower. So I don't think that's going to happen. But again, this isn't the final battle. This is just the analysis. So with all of this being said, let's go ahead and see what they have to say. All right, here we go. The moon theme!
In 1867, Scrooge McDuck was born to a poor family in Glasgow, Scotland. He grew up a relatively normal duckling until his 10th birthday.
Scrooge's father took him to see the remains of the old McDuck clan castle. See, their family wasn't always super poor, and Scrooge was inspired by the sight of their former glory. So the next day, he got a job and earned his first money ever. A dime.
Yeah.
Problem was, it was an American dime, and Scrooge was in Scotland. Naturally feeling pretty cheated, Scrooge swore he'd build his fortune by being, I quote, smarter than the Smarties and tougher than the Toughies.
My bad.
So he hopped over to America to start his quest for wealth. And judging by his money vault today, where he literally swims in gold, I'd say he did a pretty effing good job.
Yeah.
No obstacle was too difficult to keep him from fortune.
Nope.
By my estimations, his entire net worth today rests around $300 quadrillion.
Rich as he is, he's got to defend his treasure trove somehow. So this wealthy waterfowl's got more guns than I do. Not to mention the trusty cannons he has hidden around his manor. Haha, nothing like some old-fashioned artillery for home defense. Oh, speaking of which, ours are going off.
Ours? What?
Yeah, I told you I'd get that damn squirrel. Dinner time.
Sure, go for it. I think I'll go get takeout instead. Come back next week as we unearth Scrooge's opponent, the one and only Shovel Knight.
Ah, I got a whole family of little bastards.
Awesome. Yeah, so this preview says 3 minutes, but it actually clocks in at 100 and... sorry, not 100. Wow, sorry guys. Still recovering. At 1 minute and 40 seconds. So they just discussed his backstory and his net worth, but they didn't exactly explain his weapons. Now, just because they didn't talk about what he can do, what he has done, and his weapons, again, this is a preview to what we're going to see. So they will talk about all of his weapons and such, and what he's done in the final battle. Now, again, I am not overestimating Shovel Knight. If Shovel Knight wins, that'll be a surprise win, but just if they're using everything on Scrooge, and I know they are, they've even stated they are, I think he may win. Now, it's not me being biased because of my childhood, it's just common knowledge from a fan who knows Scrooge McDuck. And again, he has faced opponents like Shovel Knight before, so what Shovel Knight can do, that doesn't really put him higher or past all of Scrooge's opponents. Because, as they said, and as Scrooge says, he's smarter than the Smarties and tougher than the Toughies. Now, while Shovel Knight may be tough and smart, Scrooge is a little bit tougher and smarter. But we'll see if that plays into the battle itself. But with all this being said, I enjoyed this preview. I liked how they used the moon theme from the NES and remastered game. That's a huge Easter egg right there. That's a huge Easter egg right there, and I just was... I loved it. I loved it. I can't wait for this fight. This could be my favorite 2D fight of Season 4, and hopefully, from what I've been seeing, that will be the case. So, yes, guys, if you enjoyed this reaction, please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know down below. Do you agree with what I'm saying about Scrooge and not to underestimate him? Or are you still sticking with your gut and saying Shovel Knight? If you are, please keep it civil and explain why you're going for Shovel Knight and why you think he's going to win. And I will mention it next week when we get to Shovel Knight's Death Battle preview. So, yes, laddies, with all of this being said, this is Richard Kenobi saying, may the Force be with you. Be smarter than the Smarties, my friends.